Recently, I saw a bunch of people complaining about the hint system in Mystery of the Seven Keys. I agree the hint system is not the greatest. There's a lot of places where it's not helpful or it fails outright. The hint system fails on the very first task, which is explore the cafe. Yes, it tells you to find out the Wi-Fi password, which is on the wall, but it doesn't tell you the second half of the challenge.
Still have to do that.
It just says unfinished task. You have no hints or clues saying what the task is. It's pick up this book. This particular book. And you know what? There are hundreds of books in the cafe. There is nothing to indicate that particular book is important. Would have been great if we had a hint for it.
That's done.
With the puzzle of deciphering this map, the hint system tells you that it's a map of the cafe, but it doesn't tell you specifically where the map leads. Also, whenever you get a text message in this game that you have to read, which happens quite often, it's never mentioned on the task list. Next, the hint system has recover Adela's necklace, and this is annoying because it never tells you what to do to find the necklace. This will just stay on your task list until the end of the game.
Still have to do that.
It's one of those annoying tasks, so that's not useful. Find out the details of what happened. It does tell you how to meet with Adela.
That's done.
And then it just says, investigate Adela's list without any further hints. And that's not good, because this is something people get stuck on. What you're supposed to do is double-click on this list. And that's going to give you a bunch of new tasks. So it would have been helpful if the hint said, hey, double-check the list. So let's start with the first one. Find contact info on Second Shine's website and call them. Look for the phone number. Again, this is not helpful. Yeah, this is a failure because it doesn't tell you how to reach the website. And I've seen people get stuck because they thought, oh, well, you're supposed to use a laptop. You're supposed to use Nancy's phone. No! The solution is actually double-click on a piece of paper and then click on this word. And that's how you get to the website. You'll notice that's a little bit more complicated than merely check the website. We definitely needed more hints for that. Find the details of what happened. There's an unfinished task here. Yeah, the game doesn't tell you what your secret mystery task is. In this case, the mystery task is talking to the barista. This gives you help around the cafe. We need to find these three things. Check the waist-high shelves. I wish we had a better hint for that, because I got stuck on this puzzle when I first played the game. This is what the game means by waist-high shelf, this thing, and not any of the dozens of bookshelves in the cafe. No, it's this area. We have check the ground. Again,
That's done.
Not a useful hint. What we need to do is go here.
Smells like coffee.
So the hint should have said, hey, check the ground near the plant, or check near the newspapers, maybe, instead of just look on the ground, because there's a lot of ground to cover. The final one is check to the left of the old coffee machine. I guess it's easy enough to say this is the coffee machine, so I'm checking left of it. And where's the item? Where's the item? It's not there, because it's actually here by the flyers.
There it is.
Would have been more useful if the hint said, hey, check the flyers.
Check.
There's another unfinished task. Presumably, this is talk to the barista again, and she's going to throw us into the coffee-making challenge.
No.
Wait a second. Now I'm confused, because it says help with the customers here.
Check.
Why does that only appear after you finish the coffee challenge? What's the last unfinished task?
That's done.
I don't know. We never get told what it is. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. Let's move on to investigating Oscar. Again, we have an unfinished task on the hint list. The game never tells you the third thing you need to do. What's the third thing you need to do? It's look at this thing.
Incredible glassware.
That gives you the new task, investigate Oscar's artifact. The hint says refer to Kepler's law. That makes it seem like you're supposed to check out this section of this book, Kepler's 3 laws. And That's wrong. You're supposed to completely ignore this, actually. You're supposed to look at these bold words over here. First circle, then ellipse. That's actually the solution to the puzzle. Kepler's 3 laws, which kind of look like the diagram here, they're totally irrelevant. So that's a hint system failure. It also would have been nice if the hint system specified you have to move the pieces in a clockwise circle, not a counterclockwise one. The hints for figure out the combination are fine. There could have been a better hint for the puppet theater thing, because the letter R at the puppet theater only appears at a very specific point in time in the game.
Remember to be...
While the hint system gives you the solution to this puzzle, it leaves out the final step, which is clicking the symbol at the very bottom. Ask around for a laptop. The hint says head to the cafe. I guess that's a good enough hint because there is nobody else to talk to besides Patricia. But the hint could have said, talk to the barista, right? She gives you the job of delivering coffee to the man. Again, the hint system could be more descriptive here, because there are 3 different men, but it's easy enough to figure out the game is talking about this guy. He gives you the task of later see if Leo's available at his office, and this is a major hint system failure, which is just terrible. Like, all the hint says is, this is where the office is. It doesn't tell you when to visit his office, and you have to visit it at a very specific point in time, which is super annoying. The hint should have said something like, once it becomes nighttime, visit Leo's office. That would have been a more specific hint, which, I'm sorry. That particular hint really annoys me. The hint system says to visit the computer store. It fails to mention all the things you have to do in the computer store, which are talk to Radek, talk to Elka, and talk to Merrick. Annoyingly, you can't use the laptop that Nancy gets from the computer store. No.
Can't check that off yet.
Can't check that off yet? First, you need to visit the Marionette Theater. And I feel like there should have been a hint saying, hey, visit the Marionette Theater first before checking your email. Although that's really dumb. It's like, why can't you check your email right away? Like, you're getting a message from a secret agent. That's something you should prioritize over playing with puppets. Again, the hint system doesn't say what you have to do at the Marionette Theater, but it's easy enough to figure out you're supposed to talk to Radek. Radek is going to give you the Marionette puzzle, and this is a terrible, terrible puzzle. There are no hints for this puzzle whatsoever. No hints at all. I can't check the hint system. So you're forced to solve this terrible puzzle all on your own. You do have to talk to Radek about everything after the puppet show. That's something else the hint system fails to mention. And it fails to mention that, hey, this is the time to find Leo's office. That gives us this new task, which is charge the laptop. We don't have a hint saying how to do that, but it's easy enough to figure out. You need to get this charger from the cafe. And let me guess, the hint system fails to explain the next step, which is you look at the laptop and then use the charger on it. And are we going to get a hint for the next part? Nope, no hint for this either. What you need to do is click on the email thing, enter the Wi-Fi password. You need to download the attachment. Then you need to open it, which is a puzzle. And again, this is all stuff that is not on the hint system. Major fail. Especially because this is a puzzle. What if I don't know the puzzle solution and can't figure it out? The next task is get the laptop fixed at Operat. To do this, you need to go to Operat, and then it doesn't tell you any of the stuff that comes after that, which is Snoop and Elka's area. You need to find, I think, 4 or 5 different things here, as well as Merrick's area. It also has, like, over 5 different things for you to find, and none of that is mentioned on the hint system. After you snoop, Elka forces you to do the cyber block puzzle. There are no hints for this puzzle at all. It's another hint system failure. The hint system says to investigate the Marionette Theater without telling you all the things you're supposed to find there, or that you're supposed to talk to Radic. Learn more about the Residente, ask around. Hint system really needed to be more specific, because there are specific characters that you need to talk to about Residente. It would have been nice if it just gave you the list. Talk to Ned, talk to Oscar, talk to Elka's grandfather, and so on. I need to talk to Radic about Residente.
Nancy.
And the game won't let me talk to Radic about anything. Thanks, game. Thanks a lot. So yeah, we could have used hints for that. I guess I need to move on to further investigate Zloty custom jewelry. There are no hints telling you what to do. The next step is to compare the log with the Dagos entry. Again, no hints, no explanation for how to do that, even though it's kind of two different tasks. And, maybe that's why they messed up on it. Maybe they weren't sure which task it should fall under. And so it ended up falling under neither one. Again, you need to go on your computer and solve this puzzle. Again, zero hints for it. That leads to this puzzle. Let me guess. No hints for this puzzle either. Ha! Just need to figure it out on your own.
Are the same.
Solving that puzzle lets you check off 2 items from the task list.
That's done.
Neither of which mention the puzzle in any way. We also still have nothing about further investigate Vladena.
I'm not done with that yet.
When you enter the inner office, this gives you the task investigate Leo's office, which is like earlier when we were snooping through Elka and Merrick's areas. Basically, there are 5 different things you need to find on the desk in order to complete the task, and the hint system doesn't tell you what any of them are. Minor complaint, you can't pull up the hint system when you're looking at the puzzle. You have to back away from the puzzle and then scroll down on the hint system to see the solution. And it is a minor pain to just keep going back and forth between the hint solution and the actual puzzle. I just noticed this desk drawer is a different color from the others. Guess which one is the only desk drawer that opens? Well, the hint system does not tell you what happens next in the task of Find the Dean, and that's because, like the necklace recovery, this is something that only happens at the very end of the game, so it's gonna stay here on your task list for a while. We also don't get any hint telling us that we need to check out this new hidden passageway that opened. We do have a puzzle here. We're supposed to navigate the maze. Do we have any hints about it? Nope, of course not. Yeah, there are no hints. You have to solve this maze puzzle on your own. Getting through the maze gives you the task, later follow up with the police. And that's not very useful, because we don't know when later is. When are you supposed to do that task? Also, we have no idea what to do now, because there's nothing on the hint system telling us what to do. Adela gives you this puzzle. Just like last time, there are no hints for the puzzle. You have to solve it on your own. Oddly enough, solving Adela's puzzle triggers the ability to talk to Oscar about Residente. You can't talk to him about Residente earlier, something which really should have been mentioned on the Ask People About Residente hints. Also, there's no hint indicating you're supposed to click on the sign. That gives you the task of take the haunted tour. It doesn't give you a hint saying how to take the haunted tour. People have gotten stuck on it. The solution is to click on the sign. The task of opening Merrick's trunk. Let's see what the hint system says. It says check out the artifact in the exhibition hall. That is leaving out quite a bit, such as the puzzle of finding the 2 hidden buttons on the trunk. The puzzle of pressing all of these buttons in the correct order. Nor is there anything for the puzzle of putting the jewels into place. Nor is there anything about this puzzle of getting the jewels arranged on the trunk. This is a 5-part puzzle. I wish the hint system said more than just look at the trunk, and that's it.
Check.
Okay, solving the puzzle gives you this key. Is there a hint about what to do with the key? Nope. Nope. No. You're supposed to use it on the snow globe here.
Whoa, the inside moved.
And that's going to give us a new puzzle to find this location that the snow globe refers to. Oh, hey, let's see what the hint says. What does the hint say? Oh, wow, the hint actually does tell you what to do. Not really. It says to look in the underground tunnels, but it doesn't tell you specifically where to look in the tunnels. After all, this is a maze, and it's kind of dark and hard to see the artwork here, so it is a little difficult to find your destination, which is this bridge over here. There's no hint about putting the snow globe into place for this puzzle.
It's just begging to be solved.
And guess what? There are no hints for this
yet.
puzzle either. You have to solve it on your own. Solving that puzzle gives us access to the alchemy lab. We get the new task, explore the lab, with no hints explaining how to explore the lab or what we're supposed to do here. All you have to do is pick up this rock.
I think there's something. Can't check.
Well, it
that
doesn't
out
look
yet.
like we get a hint for the next puzzle, which is take the item we just found and use it to solve this puzzle, the puzzle of opening up the safe. Huh? But we do get a hint telling us the solution. So it's a hint for solving the puzzle, but not a hint for finding the puzzle. You have to find the puzzle on your own.
A certified alchemist.
What about this
This
puzzle? Because
looks
we
like
need to
it
find
belongs in a
specific items
museum.
in the cabinet.
I
Do we
can't
have
read any
hints
of
for that?
That's done.
No,
Can't
no,
check
we
that out
don't.
yet.
So now we're done with explore the
Check.
lab and examine the snow globe.
Check.
And you'll notice we have no information about what to do next. Yeah, no hints on what to do. What you're supposed to do is solve the maze puzzle again. This time there's a different exit to the maze. Oh, and there's a monster chase as well. The evil skeleton monster is supposed to be following me. There he is! There he is! And is there anything about this on the hint menu? No. No, no, no. Of course there isn't. And when you read the text, you get this super long giant hint, which you can't read. Oh my gosh. Leave the journal at the cafe. Make sure to let Patricia know you left it. Then check to see if Radic's still around and ask him about Residente. I know I'm complaining way too much in this video, but I could have used a hint telling me where to leave it, because this is where you're supposed to leave the journal in the cafe. So you need to click on the register, and there's nothing about that in the hint. Then check to see if Radic's around to make sure to ask him about Residente. Watch as this does not complete the task. Okay, ask him about Residente. And Residente, yeah, there are two Residente conversations with Radic, which is another problem with the hint system. We've got this task about Residente, and then this task about Residente.
That's done.
And they refer to different conversations with Radic about Residente.
That's done.
Okay, cool. So we've done all those tasks, and what do we do now? We have no information telling us what to do now. Well, now is when you're supposed to call the police. And hey, we did the task of follow up with the police, but we still have no hints as to what it is we're supposed to do next. It's Ned. We have a text conversation with Ned. That Ned conversation sends you ahead to the next day of the game with a new task. Get the translated journal from Adela. And of course, there are no hints telling you how you're supposed to do this. What you're supposed to do is talk to Patricia and then click on your seat over here.
Nancy.
It's not too difficult, but, you know, I could have used at least a little bit of a hint. Oh, and this is a puzzle. We're getting no hints for this puzzle either. The puzzle is snooping through her bag.
Patrizia can only keep her busy for so long.
And then this is also a puzzle. You need to turn this upside down to click on it. And then that gives you another puzzle.
If I'm gonna snoop, I'd better be quick.
Are there any hints for this? Nope, nope, no hints. Hey, look, there's Adela. She's just standing around doing nothing. Cool. Your major task is solve the journal's riddles. The first one is a major hint system failure because it doesn't help you solve the puzzle. It tells you take the haunted tour, and that's it. That's it. It doesn't explain what you're supposed to do here with this puzzle where you mess with the suit of armor. Like, what's your goal? What do you want to do to solve the puzzle? Like, clearly I'm supposed to oppose this somehow, but I don't know how. And part of the reason this puzzle is terrible is because you can't solve the puzzle if you're looking at the suit of armor from this direction.
Aha! I knew it.
You can only have it counted as a solved puzzle if you're looking at it from this angle. That is just completely unfair. Oh. Almost as unfair as the hint system, completely ignoring the puzzle and not telling you what to do. As for the candles puzzle, actually this is accurate. This is accurate. This tells you how to solve the puzzle. There is an easier solution, but this will get you there. It would be nice, though, if the hint system told you the password you're trying to spell out instead of just giving you the puzzle solution. Next is the clock puzzle, and the hint system is kind of a failure here, too. It fails to note that 22 is important. That's an important part of the puzzle that you need to have correct. It only shows these two elements. No, you need the third element correct as well. It says find out the date and time of Rudolph's coronation. It doesn't tell you where to find that information, nor does it tell you the actual date and time you're going for. So that's not useful either. And finally, we have this at the bottom of the clock. It says we want to get that, but there's a puzzle for that. You need to click on these statues in a specific order, and hint system tells you nothing about that. Not to mention we have this puzzle. Oh my gosh, I really hate this puzzle. And once again, there is nothing about that particular puzzle in the hint system. You're just expected to solve the puzzle on your own, even though it's really hard and difficult without any instructions or any idea of what you're supposed to do. Also, it doesn't say the final part of the puzzle, which is to click on the top. Then you have a text conversation with Ned, followed by the task of confronting the skeleton person. The hint system says, go to the alleyway, which is true, but it's leaving out some parts, such as finding that particular screwdriver, and then using the screwdriver on the door here. That gives us a puzzle.
It's a good thing I have.
There are no hints for the puzzle of opening the door, or for what you have to do afterwards, which is find boxes and a hammer, put the boxes in like 6 specific spots, and use the hammer in some specific spots. That makes this phone appear, and that's how you solve the puzzle that the hint system completely ignores. Then we get this puzzle, which the hint system completely ignores. The hint system gives you nothing about the next step, which is trail the agent. I really could have used a hint with the first step, which was stand in this spot.
Now, which way did they go?
And then just follow the beeping sound. Yeah, none of that's here on the hint. There are like 12 different spots you have to find, so that's not very helpful. I probably should have said this earlier, but the hint system will give spoilers as to the culprit's identity after this, because we figure out the culprit. The culprit is inside the lab. The culprit is Vladena. She poisoned Nancy. So now we have the task of finding an antidote. The hint system tells you what to do up to a point. It says the antidote you need is the Vonisi scales, which is this one. And we don't get any explanation as to how we create the formula. The game assumes you remember how to solve the formula puzzle because you did it earlier. So if you don't remember how to follow these instructions, you're just out of luck. You're also out of luck if you want a hint as to how to pursue Vladena and escape. What you have to do is find this door.
This way.
And you need to talk on her computer. That leads us to this door puzzle. With the first part of the puzzle, it doesn't explain how you're supposed to solve it. It just gives you the solution. Here's the solution. No explanation as to how you get to that. With the second part, it does try to explain how you're supposed to figure it out on your own, as well as giving you the solution. I'm afraid that's about it. We don't get hints for anything else you're supposed to do in this segment in the vault, such as this puzzle, the puzzle of putting the gems on the crown, which is a pretty terrible puzzle and definitely could use a hint, as well as the puzzle of booby-trapping the crown.
The alchemist concoctions. She tried that
now
on
that
me,
we've
too.
found Leo, we can finally mark Find the Dean off of our task
I
list.
hope long enough for us to find
You'll
another
see
way
that
out.
there is no
She came
task
through your
related to
office, you
this
said.
puzzle.
Yes,
The puzzle of
lead
pressing
on.
the candles in the
Maybe that
correct order.
information can help
That
us
way you
here.
can escape. Wait a second. Is that a security camera? There's a security camera in the vault the whole time? Really? There are no hints for this section, where you have to navigate the maze, find the correct exit door, and you have to do the screwdriver door opening puzzle again. No hints for any of those! And if you manage to unlock the secret puzzle at the very end of the game, there aren't any hints for that puzzle either. So, those are all the various hint system failures I noticed in Nancy Drew, Mystery of the Seven Keys. I hope you found this video entertaining or enlightening, and I hope your day is a lot better than the hint system in this game.